So I'm gonna hand this over to you.
Right. Okay.
We're gonna do master switch on. Guy over here. Oh, bring this back here. Sorry about that. Master switch on. Start the timer here. Just because once you start the master, the time starts clicking.
We didn't do these two?
We did the final walk around with seatbelts. Excuse me. Seatbelts. You want to make sure there's full range in all the instruments once we put on our seatbelts here.
Seatbelt on check. Cyclic collector pedals, full friction off.
So the friction comes off. And I'll hold this for you over here.
Off. Full treble free motion. Check.
Oops. And you also want to check your throttle here, all the way to the left and all the way back to the detent. Just to make sure that you can manipulate, if we needed to manipulate it for whatever reason, we can. Okay. So especially when we're doing autos, we'll be manipulating this as well.
Governor off, check. Rotor brake disengaged, check. Fuel shut-off valve is on, check. Circuit breakers. They're in.
All the way down.
Down. Should I lock it?
I'd leave it unlocked because
Okay.
we're going to use
mixture full rich. Guidance
all the way down.
Still check. Cyclic trim down.
This guy over here.
Is it just a push pull?
Yeah, and it's slightly to the left when you're pulling it up, and then slightly left and then push down.
Okay. Transponder off.
So it's all the way to the left. That means it's off completely.
What is a transponder? It just tells the ATC where we are.
Yeah, it's an altitude encoding transponder. So not only does it tell it where we are, but what our altitude is. So it kind of gives them a three-dimensional view of where we are.
Okay.
So if us in an airplane in the same location and we're 500 feet apart, it wouldn't be an issue for them because they know we have enough safe distance from each other.
Okay, great. Radios.
All the way to the left, so then we're off.
Okay. Landing light, magnetos, master, alternator, clutch, and navigation lights are off.
This guy here.
Off.
We leave the strobe on just because, you could turn it off, but turn it right back on.
Altimeter set to, should it be 800?
Yeah.
Check. Manifold pressure check.
Looks good.
Okay. Master switch on.
This guy here. Start the timer. It doesn't say that in here. So we can verify the strobe is on. When you can hear it, you can hear that. And it's like a twitch, or you can just look back and see that it's on.
Okay. All pressure in 30 seconds.
Till pump 3.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Where did we go?
Area is clear, so left is clear.
Right, clear.
We pump. It's been on already today, so I recommend maybe only 3 pumps.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Throttle, idle, hold in detent. What does that mean?
Just when you're turning it on, you're gonna hold this one in between your legs. Hold the throttle here to make sure that it's in the detent when you turn on the helicopter. So left hand on the throttle, right hand here.
Detent means with the spring.
You can. It's all as long as you've already engaged that you put it all the way to the right and into the detent. You don't need to continue holding it in the detent.
Okay.
It says hold in detent, but you don't need to. And that's when then. So left hand throttle, right hand the switch here. When we can start her up.
Ignition switch. Oh.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of juice. 55, then alternator switch and clutch switch, no delay. So this guy and this guy.
Alternator switch.
radios here.
41 contact over.
And the altimeter, just so we... It takes a while for the altimeter to get going. Turn on radio 1. We have 2 radios here. This is radio 1. Radio 2.
1606. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 32, dew point 5. Altimeter 29er, 89er. ILS runway 16 right approach in use. Arriving at departing runways 16. Mr. Airman, runway 16 right, ALS out of service. Use caution for removal adjacent to runways and taxiways. On initial contact, advise you have latest information Alpha.
Okay, we have Alpha. Our clutch light is out, so we're going to bring up the throttle in just a second.
Advise airport information Alpha, 1953 Zulu. Wind 16 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 32, dew point 5. Altimeter 29er, 89er. ILS
Perfect.
runway 16 right approach.
Okay, so we have Alpha here. We're going to pick you nice and straight here. So as our clutch light comes out, clutch light is out, we're going to bring it up to the RPM here up to 75. Roll it up to 75. Very good.
Are we looking at the engine RPM or the rotor? 75.
They're supposed to be married, so they should be both in the 75.
Okay.
So there's no unusual noise, nothing, it doesn't sound unusual to me. Altimeter's already set, true radios are already on, headsets are on, gauges are in the green, everything is in the green here. Then we're going to do a magneto check. Magneto check, no more than 7% in 2 seconds. So we'll do the right first, so we do 1000, 2 1000, maybe about 5% there, so we'll bring it back up again. We'll do the left one, 1000, 2 1000. That one barely moved as well, maybe like 3%. Then we do a carb heat check. Check this guy, even though it's the temperature spread is more than 25, we're going to pull that guy up here. Make sure that this, you can see this needle rising, it can. Let's say on a really hot day, it's all the way pegged out to the right. If you saw an RPM drop, that is also an indication that the carb heat is working. That's fully down. Now we're going to do a sprag clutch check at 75. That's when we roll it into the detent to make sure that the needles split. 1, 2, and 3. Good. We can bring it up. We wanted to see it again just to make sure you can bring it up to 80 and then chop it again. So that's a perfect split. This is what allows the helicopter to auto-rotate.
Right.
Then we check our outside air temperature, which is 35 degrees Celsius. We're going to be about 2000, so that tells us between 30 and 40, we're going to be able to pull about 22.6 plus 0.9 for a max power takeoff, so 23.6, or 23.5. All your frictions come off. Then your governor comes on, so it's on. You can see the light turn off there.
Say that again?
Turn the governor on and you can see the light, there we go. And then you roll it past 80 and then let the helicopter take over, or the governor take over. There it is.
Why does the clutch light come on when you raise the RPM?
You'll notice that the clutch light will come on throughout the flight, and it's just adjusting the belts to either tighten them or to loosen them so that they can get it to the optimum tension, so they can, so they can adequately spin the transmission and up to the main rotor blades. You'll see that from time to time. If it stays on for more than 10 seconds, then that's when you pull your actual clutch breaker, and then you land as soon as practical. So we're going to do a low rotor RPM here. I'm going to put this...
lights be off.
I'm sorry, say again?
Should the nav lights be off?
Which light? I'm sorry?
Nav lights.
Yeah, we don't need them. This turns on your panel here. You can't really see it.
That's the night time, okay.
Yeah. So when we do our low rotor RPM check, we raise the collective here just a hair, and then we roll it down to now 97%. We should see a light and a horn. There it is. We can just lower it again. Okay, your friction's off. Frictions are off. Romeo Sierras in the northwest corner, like a stag over to Whiteman with Alpha. Van Nuys Tower Helicopter 853 Romeo Sierras in the northwest corner, like a stag over to Whiteman with ATIS Alpha.
Helicopter 853 Romeo Sierra, Van Nuys Tower departure from the northwest corner of Eagle on risk, report of beam stag.
Report of beam stag 3 over 0. Okay, lights are gauges in the green. We're gonna pull up on that collective. We're gonna keep our eyes outside, pick up in a hover, and then we'll take off into the wind here. Ready? All right, Justin, here we go.
Are you picking up on radio, okay? Because it seems to be in and out. My mic.
There we go. Check, check, check. Is it just me or the radio as well?
My microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yes. Check, check, check. One more time.
Check, check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yep, you sound good. Okay, a little bit of left pedal here. There you go. Eyes outside. A little more left pedal. Okay, left is clear. How's my right looking?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to bring it on the taxiway here. Then we're going to start to push forward to get some airspeed here. And then pull back. Start our climb.
Helicopter 310 stag cross approved and north, correction east of the 405, frequency change approved.
Hit 310, stack crossing approved, and then start say again for the transition.
Helicopter 310 east of the 405, frequency change approved.
Alright, and 310 is actually going to continue north over to Whiteman.
Correct.
Okay, so just east of 405, contact Whiteman, 310. You gave us a really early frequency change. Alright, Justin, so we do the positive exchange of a control, so I say you have controls, and then you say I have controls, and I say one more time you have controls.
Roger that.
Alright, so lights are out, gauges in the green. Here comes your trim. So let me know when you are ready, Justin. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you have controls.
I have the controls.
You have the controls. Perfect. So we're right now 1,300, so we'll stay at this altitude here. There we go. Perfect. Right is clear, left's clear. There's nobody in the air. Climbing just a hair, so I'm going to nose us forward just a little bit, just so we can descend a little bit. A little bit more. We're at 1,500. There we go. There's fine. Little right pedal. Okay, Justin, you've got the controls.
I have the controls.
Nights are out, gauge in the green. I'm going to give Whiteman a call. I say who I am, where I am, what my intentions are, and then what the current and weather information is.
Good.
Whiteman Tower Helicopter 853 Romeo Sierras, just southeast of the VA hospital, inbound for pattern work with an ATIS Echo.
Helicopter Romeo Sierra, Whiteman, continue north along the 405, report your inbound turn along the 118.
Continue north along the 405 and let you know what I'm doing. You're going inbound on the 118 previous here.
Is it pretty turbulent or something?
Let me check the winds again.
Van Nuys Air Preservation Alpha, 1953 Zulu. Wind 160 at 6.
And they're at 6, so we get this weird wind because we have this passage here through the Newhall Pass, and we also get it from.
405 Zulu, we're back now, 118.
So we get it from that direction as well because of the air coming in through Burbank. Or, excuse me, all the marine air coming around Mount Lee and back in through Burbank. So we're a little high here, so I'm going to bring us down just a little bit more. So nose is forward, there we go. So we just sent a descent. And just keep us pushing us forward, Justin, so we can descend a little bit more. We're 1,700 for 1,000.
Hotel at the run-up area requesting pattern work.
Helicopter 60 Hotel, over taxiway Alpha.
gradual, nice. You want to slow your airspeed and start your descent right to your spot.
Okay.
Here comes your pre-landing checks. I always do lights are out, gauges in the green, and then come back up and go when fuel is good. Your trim is going to come down. I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. Okay, you can start feeling the tension there. Okay, so there's a runway there, so you have the 3 kind of in the middle, and we're going to aim for the last one, Delta at the end. So because we're kind of high, we're about 800 feet from the ground right now, we're going to start lowering that collective. Put a little bit more right pedal here.
Helicopter 60 Hotel is left downwind of me.
So we're going to start losing that altitude.
Helicopter 6 Hotel number 2. Follow Robbie, turning final to 118.
We are number 2. We have traffic in sight. Helicopter 60 Hotel.
We want to use the runway center line right in between your legs. That's the best way to aim for it. So a little bit more to the right here. Okay, we're still a little fast, so I'm going to lower the collective and pull back on the cyclic here because you're reducing that power. So you're still going to descend, but you're also reducing that airspeed. So pull back a little bit more. This looks like a really nice just sight picture down to the last one there.
This is a pretty steep descent.
We're about 500 feet per minute here, which isn't too bad. We want to be between 3 to 500 feet. They're steeper than airplanes for sure. We don't want to zero our airspeed out as well. We want to have a good rate of speed here. As we get closer, we'll slow down, continue descending, and then when we get really close, we start raising that power. And then we're going to exit Delta here, so I'm going to be on the controls with you.
Helicopter 6 Hotel, runway 12, cleared for low approach.
Runway 12 for low approach. Helicopter 60 Hotel.
We do have a bit of a pretty windy here. All the news choppers here. Alright, so we'll start with the cyclic because that's the hardest. Since you already have a grip on the hovering here. Lights are out, gauges in the green, everything still looks good. So I'm going to do the pedal works and the collective here, so you'll have the cyclic control.
Okay.
Okay, so you just pick that point in the distance. It has to be more than about 50 feet. We can pick Johnny's auto repair and just look straight down there, or something even further if you like. So let me know when you're ready and I'll give you the cyclic control.
I'm ready. I'm the cyclic.
Okay, you have the cyclic.
Last call for Whiteman ground. I was on the landline with flight service. Try to get with.
Very nice. You have 2 hours? Oh my god. That's incredible.
One uniform, what altitude would you like on that? That's a 41 uniform. Verify that was Hotel Juliet Oscar.
Okay, I'm actually going to bring this back.
That's 41 uniform, thank you. Taxi runway 12 via taxiway Alpha.
Just so we can stay in this general area here. That's really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, lights are out. Lights are out, gauge is green. Okay, Justin, you have the cyclic?
I have the cyclic.
That's a force. 41 uniform, your code is 6746. The code is 6746.
have all the controls, Justin?
Cessna 80 Delta, Whiteman, ground taxi runway 12 via taxiway Alpha.
We have a little bit of a wait.
Helicopter 60
bring this back.
left downwind of 8.
No worries. Jesus, 2 hours? I can't believe it.
Helicopter 60 uniform.
All right. Hey, you've got controls.
Hotel, runway 12, cleared for low approach.
Cleared for low approach, helicopter 60 hotel.
Someone on ground have a comment? Forward uniform, thank you.
Coming close on the ground. That's okay. No worries. Okay. Bring us back. All right. Justin, you have controls?
I have controls.
Gonna fight that wind. I felt it coming in.
Well,
No worries. Bring us back. You handled it really well. All right. Here you go. You've got controls.
I have controls.
You have controls.
Helicopter 6 Hotel, that's the low approach.
So,
Request
Whiteman?
the right downwind departure back to Van Nuys. Helicopter 6 Hotel, approved as requested.
There we go.
Approved as
No
requested.
worries. There you go. You've got controls.
I have controls.
Tower Skyhawk 8841 uniform, holding short for takeoff.
41 uniform, hold short for landing traffic. Just turn your final helicopter.
4 uniform, hold
Gonna bring us back here. Yeah, a few more hours of this, maybe like a couple more. We can start moving on to maneuvers. Alright. Alright, so rail gauges to the green. Relax, relax. You got controls?
I have controls.
You have controls? Bring us back here. Eyes outside. Oh, where they collected just air, perfect.
Three Tango Victor,
Three
landing
Tango
clear, Humvee.
Sorry.
No worries. No apologies here. I always tell my students, never apologize. That's why you're here. You're learning to fly. Alright. Eyes outside. Relax, relax. Okay, you've got controls.
I have controls.
You have controls. I'm gonna put my collector just here. There we go.
You have controls. You have controls.
I got controls. No worries. You're doing really well.
Again, that's
Forward uniform, left downwind departure is approved. Go runway 12, clear for takeoff.
Alright. So we're at the point right now. It takes about
Departure, clear for takeoff.
like 6 minutes to get back to Van Nuys in the shutdown process. So we'll be a little bit over the 30, but you should be fine. But now it's a determining factor. Do you want to stay a little bit longer and pay the difference, or should we go head back home?
Let's go home.
Okay. Heights rail gauge in the green. Let me just give the tower a call. White Tower Helicopter 3 Misters all finished up here. If we could get a right crosswind departure, or excuse me, right downwind departure back to Van Nuys.
3 Romeo Sierra, hold the position, please.
3 Misters holding position. I think the plane's taking off, that's why I'm going to just turn it over here.
Whiteman Tower, Cessna 6480 Delta, ready 12, we'd like a right downwind for a Van Nuys transition.
Just moving us back so we can get a little bit more.
80 Delta, runway 12, clear for takeoff. Right downwind is approved.
Clear for takeoff 12, 80 Delta.
Oh, damn. Alright, eyes outside while we're waiting for this guy to take off. Okay, eyes outside. We're going to be looking past.
Helicopter 60 Hotel, fixed exchange is approved. So long.
Okay, let me know when you're ready, Justin, while we're waiting here.
I'm ready.
Eyes outside. You've got controls?
Yes.
You've got controls. for me. Right is clear.
Clear.
Okay, we can start turning, right? Okay, you got controls. We're gonna gain that airspeed, so we'll nose over just a little bit because we're still climbing. And then just push forward for me. There we go. And we're gonna aim for the 5 and the 118 here, that intersection. within that, flying over that. So they won't have us fly over G4. So we're reducing our airspeed, but not so much. But we're losing altitude. We're trying to keep this airspeed here, losing the altitude. I'm gonna come around to almost about this Home Depot so that we can be into the wind as much as possible. So we're slightly coming in crosswind.
North via Alpha.
Try not to overfly aircraft. Always moving, coming in with a forward motion. Another spot here. Left pedal turn.
Helicopter, please 11, stag at the 405.
Please 11, cross tag, is flying northwest for Nobia, turn rest.
There we go. Going down. Slightly to the right. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get that checklist down. I'm going to roll down the throttle here. And is the yellow one there?
Don't see it.
Oh, sorry about that. It was on my side. So I rolled it down. We want to be about 75 here on the engine and the engine RPM.
Sierra Lima, contact Tower 119.
You can turn these off now, just so that you don't have to listen to them anymore.
Collective friction's on, cyclic friction's on.
So this friction on this particular helicopter, we'll put it on, but it doesn't entirely work.
Off, heat, off. Down.
It's often locked. So we're also going to wait for the 2 minutes and the 300 cylinder head temperature here. But yeah, you should definitely get started. I recommend it.
I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to open this just so we can get some fresh air flowing. You have such a good mixture of helicopters here. You have Los Angeles Fire Department here, Department of Water and Power, Los Angeles PD. That's National Helicopters there. They do a lot of production work. That helicopter over there, just to the left of this blue and white one, R44, past there, that's A-Star. Probably, they work for like DreamWorks. They do a lot of commercials. There was a commercial where I think it was like a phone commercial, and this guy was ordering Chinese, and the Chinese is being dropped off by this black helicopter with a star on it. That was the helicopter that they used.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's constantly working.
Do you guys do some much video or photography work?
We do like reality shows. We do quite a bit of reality shows, music videos sometimes. We do The Biggest Loser. Okay, at the 2 minutes, see how it's the 2 minutes, we roll down the throttle, and then we disengage the clutch as well. So we'll go ahead and bring this back here.
Radio transport and nav lights off, yes.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make a new one of these, because that should be like the second thing. You don't need to be hearing them. I mean, you can hear them talk, but you don't need to hear them talk.
Have we waited 30 seconds to turn the mixture off?
No, that's coming. There it is. So we can. I always recommend doing with your right hand. Just because. Bring this arm right here so you can pull the mixture. Take the guard off. Just because you become accustomed to pulling the the trim, the mixture with your right hand rather than your left, because your left you're manipulating the carpet, the trim here, and so it becomes an odd feeling if you feel that with your left rather than with your right.
That's a good point, thanks.
So when we turn the mixture off, we can also turn our alternator off and the magnetos off.
Do you have to wait 30 seconds? Or that's fine?
No, you could wait 30 seconds, then mixture, idle cut off, alternator, magnetos off. Because it's been 30 seconds since the mixture, we can turn this off here. We can start pulling on our brake here. It's slightly a little bit more pressure than the weight of our arm, so it's right here. Or you can do that with either hand.
Do you do that? Some schools say like 10 seconds off, 5 seconds on, because you can wear out the brakes, or you just hold it on fully?
That's a good point. I would think maybe it does wear it out a little bit quicker. No, we just hold it, and sometimes I do it in pulses. But
Try and get it this time in front of the.
Yeah.
It's like a, what's that game show? You know, the thing spinning around.
The Price is Right, where they're pulling it down and they want to get the number. Yeah.
It's kind of like a it's a fun little game to play at the end.
Here it comes.
Yes.
Nice.
I win $100.